Alrighty, hopefully everything's working. Okay, so I'm sure by now you've heard of the whole Billie Eilish at the awards anti-ice thing. And I'm gonna give my personal spin on it. She needs to just sit down and keep her fat mouth shut. Alright? She has this as we know, she has this multi-million-dollar mansion with the seeing the pictures of like walls represent borders, and she's like, well, something about nobody's illegal on stolen land, yet she owns this. So look, I never liked Billie Eilish. I never did. Now, not that I hated her per se, but I didn't vibe with any of her music. No, it's not for me. Um, and I just want to point out that a lot of these old uber rich um Hollywood celebrities are just totally left wings because they do not understand the working class. And to be quite frank, I never really followed any celebrities. I don't really care for them. In fact, I find them to be annoying, self-absorbed because they think because they're famous, they're better than anybody else. When that's now, there is definitely a big caveat in that not all of them are like that. There are definitely some who are, down to earth and absolutely. Alright, there's, actors and singers that I like. Now I don't, not obsessed with them, but, um, you know, I'm gonna, but anyway, the whole thing about, yeah, so we're on X, so, now remember, if you're gonna be on X or whatever, take everything with a grain of salt, man, because this is like a war zone. All right, and a lot of it's quite frankly rage bait, honestly. Um, so um, yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. Not everything is supposed to be, taken seriously. But then again, this is a whole war zone, especially in this day and age where everybody is fighting each other. So yeah, hilarious how a 24-year-old pop star can trigger so many. It's not just the white conservative men, by the way. In fact, you know, I do not have any of the things pulled up, but the fact is quite, it's quite funny how hypocritical that this whole thing is. When she's like, nobody's illegal on stolen land, yet she refuses to give up her multi-million-dollar mansion to whatever tribe. You know what I mean? And it has like walls as if it was a border. Like I guarantee she would, if any of us will walked into her home, security would be on our tails, hauling us out, throwing us, in the slammer, because that's just how hypocritical she is. Um, oh, well, and, let's see. So, Charlie Kirk was a future. The other day I was thinking, like, God, he would be a good president. He was a racist podcast. And here's the thing. I challenge you, alright? I triple dog dare you to, in the comments section below, tell me exactly what he did that was. And I want you to cite, a particular, speech. Alright? And I want the whole thing. I don't want no chopped up, message. Alright? I want the entire thing, and, I want evidence that he was racist. Because here's the thing. He stated, and if I can remember, I'll put this in the description or comments, but he said he didn't believe in race. Alright? There's a video that described it pretty well. Alright? From my fellow YouTuber. And Yeah, you just gotta check that out because he didn't believe he doesn't believe in race. He believes that race was created by people to divide us. And you want to call him a racist? Here's the thing. As a Christian, I still pray for these people. Know what I mean? Because I'm like, Lord, please have the show these people the light. Because quite frankly, a lot of these people don't know why they're doing all this. They cannot define fascism. They don't know why they're at the pro. So they have been brainwashed. So I'm still praying for them. All right, as a good Christian person, I hope God can, become more involved in the conservative. So, did you, as in men, you mean adults 18 plus? Because a lot of you lefties are so concerned about children getting this kind of affirming care, which is just, they're kids. They don't need this, man. And quite frankly, why are you concerned about a child's, identity or sexual orientation? That is just being sus. That's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Epstein was trying to pull this baloney. And quite frankly, he might have. I still gotta dive deep into those files. Because he could have, right? So, yeah, look, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, what else? I prefer being in the following tab because it's more the people that I particularly align with. Dogecoin. Let's see. How to get rich by one of those, which I believe from Lockheed Martin for 17. Okay, this is what I enjoy. These funny, charge that much to clear a driveway. Do 3,000. Oh my god. Whew, man. I mean, if it was that easy, man, I live here in California, which, as a conservative, it's not that. Look, I would move my butt to. Get out of here, Grammarly. As if people are really concerned about grammar on this app. That's 150 billion in passive income. And once you get enough revenue, you could just probably hire people. I mean, let your own laser driveway business. Love that. Oh, we got Lockheed Martin will stick to protecting forces. Hell yeah. Brother. More people have been arrested for protesting church service. And yeah, and look, I don't want to say too much about that because knowing how YouTube wants to demolish people for speaking out, but I'm gonna be quite frank, they definitely need justice. Yes, people should absolutely be arrested for storming, not protesting, a church service because we all have the First Amendment right to peaceful protest. That was storming, that was interrupting. Oh, God. They should be arrested. And there should be justice for the victims of you-know-who on you-know-what island regarding you-know-what activity. Just saying. Quite such a me that comment, no one's illegal. LA law firm offers to evict Billie Eilish from a mansion on behalf of that tribe. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad everyone is roasting. Yes! God. Ain't that just hypocritical? Dude, come on, you. Ugh. This goes the old saying, rules for thee, but not for me. Like, people expect everybody else to, bow down in respect, all of this, while they can just chill in their positive. Everything is good. Just say, hold on, is this thing running good? I think. I don't know. If you're seeing this, then everything was good. I mean, that looks good. Not gonna lie, like looks nice and sleek. Honestly, that's I should probably censor that. That might get another Amtrak trip delayed because of equipment. You know, I've been on Amtrak before, and I want to go again. One of these I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna say, screw it, buy myself a ticket and go. Because, you know, I can, that's the thing. Meaning bologna up, but yeah, Bitcoin is, I don't know what's been going on. I want it to go up. Up. Alright, let's see. You don't have prompting skills. You don't have the AI prompting skills. Too stubborn to admit that you need them. Reason why you're so miserably upset about AI technology. Yes, Elon Musk. Here we go. Needs to be above zero. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And Elon Musk is one of the celebrities that I do vibe with. Call me whatever you want in the comments. It means nothing. All right, just letting you know. Let's see. My drunk driving alien. He was 20. Oh, dude, that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Dude, if you're drunk, first of all, don't get behind the wheel. It's just that simple. Secondly, if you're illegal and you shouldn't. Now, I don't know if they were licensed. Because I don't know. Let's go back to the For You. For whatever reason, it's just the most deplorable stuff imaginable here. I don't know why. Yeah, screw Trump. Yeah, here's the thing. All these people are like, screw Trump, boo. And that's all that there's, the thing, they're not really citing anything that he's doing wrong, per se. And if they are, it's just the same baloney all over again. So, and here's the thing: is that the UK flag? Like, dude, you're totally just posting what you've been told. Come on, bro. A lot of these people are just posting what they've sing online. I still haven't seen any condemning evidence that that is beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. So just chill, okay? Chill. When he will be told to be respectful, not a blanking the sure loving and respectful left. We both know who Karen, of course her name is Karen, is talking about. Okay? We know. Okay? So that's just the thing. And here's the thing, when Renee Good and the Alex Preddy died, we never celebrated their deaths. No, we were like, oh, that's too bad that life was lost. That's the thing between the left and the right. We respect the fallen. They don't. And they will wish upon anybody who doesn't agree with them. Even if they're just like right in the middle, they're not really left, but they're not, right. They're like, you're not, if you're not mentally deranged as they are, then they're gonna call you a whole laundry list and wish a whole host of things happened to you, and it's just not good. Don't. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's the Republicans that want voter ID because these blue states, California, don't require a voter ID, which means it's a lot easier for illegal immigrants to vote, and the blue states rely on these illegal immigrants. Oh, this one's for screw every single punk. Ignore the new Epstein. We don't like. Look, we. I don't want to say much because YouTube doesn't really care for that, but I'm I don't know. And look, there definitely needs to be more research done, and we cannot say anything for certain until we have sufficient evidence. All right. Everything Trump appears that I expect. Hey, look, God doesn't God doesn't do that. God doesn't, strike lightning on people that you disagree with. So, yeah. Yeah, there's that. There's that. Alright, and then you repeating it a whole billion times doesn't make you right, by the way. It just kind of makes you sound like you're mentally immature and like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Far right extreme is apparently felony charges and it says, Jake Lang. I think I've heard of him. And, quite frank, I don't, agree with everything that he's done, but, felony charges for that when it's literally just frozen water seems like a little much. If you're asking me, then again, everything these days is a felony. There's a difference. Let's just avoid anything. Treating the Epstein files like they do the Bible. They So are you, by the way. If you notice, all the names except a lot of Trump stuff has not been redacted. So, and you're always so just about the Trump. You're not making, it's don't say we're doing something when you're totally doing it yourself. Joe Biden was still a better than I beg to disagree, but that's totally futile when it comes to you. Just saying. He was literally, he was in the right frame of mind. He was saying, stumbling over. It's just crazy. 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 Well, here's the thing. We need evidence if you're gonna call him something. For something as disgusting as that, we need actually incriminating evidence. Like, that would be beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. Okay, so hold your horses. Here's the thing. The thing is, where our morals came from. That's right. Morals came from God, right? Because if, nothing is objectively bad without religion. that's just um whoever said money can't buy happiness really knew what they were talking about. You are disgusting. You're disgusting for even talking about that. Like, God, you're just a like. I don't know if I should report that because that's just not cool. Not cool to be talking about that. Were these just officers? Just imagine these are the yeah. Well, um, look. Here's the thing. He was beating their door, and they didn't, the pew pews. So not the worst in the world. Yeah, I highly doubt that. You're not. I mean, you're not really. Good luck getting Texas. What's another conservative, famously? Gosh, the fact that Texas is blue definitely feels, especially if saying a Kamala Harris and Bernie Sanders. I don't believe that. Um. Oh, okay. Maybe this person was like, "This is a load of rubbish." If yes, it's a load of rubbish. That's my take. Protest ICE. They blank people and get no punish at all. Look, they're not. I don't want to argue. They're not. It's not like they wanted to do. It's not like the loser who assassinated Charlie Kirk. All right, this was a total unfortunate circumstance. It was heat in the moment. Renee Good, charged at the officer with her car. So, and the Peretti, and that's definitely, that one is questionable. But he had a gun, so he was screwing around with law enforcement. So, just, look, I'm just saying. Just saying. Um, and, and it sucks that these high school, college, they've been so brainwashed into into thinking what they're like what to think, not how to think. You know what I mean? Oh, oh no. Oh, shoot. Yeah, look, these animals, man, they're ferocious. Just like the left. You know, they'll I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Kamala Harris is would be a horrible, horrible option. All right, and it has nothing to do with her gender, her race. That if you actually listen to her, speeches and stuff, you'd be like, "Oh my god, she would have been a horrible option." What does it say? I pushed nice. So you assaulted a federal agent during a raid at your Walmart to protect criminals. Your reward: fired from the job I worked for 6 years, and only a night. You should you you should be in federal. You need a lot. I mean, you assault a police officer. That's an automatic felony, and these are federal agents. So, and with that, I think I'll just end it here because, ooh, I'm getting a headache just thinking about all how much baloney people believe, how much baloney people. So, yeah, I'll catch you on another one. If it's not on this channel, it'll probably be on my main channel, Bolt Lightning 780. So go sub to that if you're not already. And yeah, I'll catch you on another one. Peace.